Welcome to our viewers on our episode this 30th of September. Today is the end of the month, but our stories are still as inspiring as ever. And as you watch them, you'll notice how each and every story produced by the districts were all created with loving efforts, commitment, and faith. And as all the members of production staff out there know all too well, each production won't be without some snags here and there. But after they see the final output, everything would have been worth it. And that's what a happy ending feels like, our dear viewers. Just like a good film, conflicts are means of learning in each story. And in our lives, obstacles makes us value success and happiness all the more because it's always hard-won. So let's watch the stories of our brethren on how they conquer the struggles in their lives and stand right back up to claim their happy endings with faith and hope.
That's always a sure thing from the brethren indeed, Sister Patty. Let's enjoy being taken on their worthwhile journey.
Sit back and enjoy! CFO Today International will be right back. Did you know that cows in New Zealand produce some of the world's best quality milk? Not only that, New Zealand cows outnumber the people that live there. According to StatNZ, dairy cattle numbers increased by 82% nationally from 3.4 million in 1990 to 6.3 million in 2019. Dairy farming is the biggest livelihood sector in New Zealand. Stay tuned as Brother Glenn Rommel, a book club member and a church officer, will take us to a dairy farm in Tauranga in the Bay of Plenty region of New Zealand. Plus, he will show us how to milk a cow. Let's watch this.
Dairy farming is the biggest industry in New Zealand. I was a farmer back in the Philippines. I have been a farmer since 2001.
And as a farmer, rain or shine or snow, we wake up early in the morning. We always have a routine that we follow in the farm. Working on a New Zealand dairy farm may be different from what you are used to. New Zealand dairy farms are larger and you will have to learn to use different farm equipment to feed the cows. This is what it looks like.
Now let us do something more exciting. This time, I'm going to show you how to milk a cow.
The milk is collected from the cow shortly after birthing. Milk collected from the first 4 days is reserved solely for calves. Milk from day 5 onwards is for the market. We had CFO activities in the church wherein we share basic farming skills and knowledge to the brethren. We also use the farm to share our faith, pasugo sharing, or church activities in the farm. Oftentimes, we share lovely beef dishes with the brethren as we have access to fresh meats.
For those of you who want to start your own small dairy farm business, here are some tips that I can share with you. First, search dairy animals and breed.
Your local knowledge is your best way to choose. You may contact your national agricultural institution to ask for assistance.
Second, decide a food source.
Look at the land prices in your area and determine how many acres of pasture are required for your cattle.
Third, create a breeding plan.
Artificial insemination is always the cheapest option and most common practice of breeding livestock.
And lastly, study farming practices.
If you don't have farming experience, take some time to learn about breeding, calving, weaning, milking cows, and crop management. Invest for your facility, whether you plan to buy or start it all yourself. Make sure you have equipment and facilities to sustain your dairy farm. Aside from those, dairy farming requires patience, endurance, hard work, and unwavering commitment as we take care of our animals, plants, and wait for the growth and harvest.
Above all, always prioritize our service to God, who provides all this. Keep in mind, a prosperous farm is a farm that is good. I hope you learned something new today. Kaya mga kapatid, karirin nyo na yan!
Farmers like Brother Glenn are truly a necessity for our society and economy. They make sure that we enjoy an abundant food supply. So, were you inspired to start your own dairy farm business? Whatever it is, let's always recognize how the farmers labor when it comes to serving our Lord God. Like farmers, we should be consistent, faithful, and hopeful that one day we will enjoy the final harvest and the bountiful rewards promised by our Lord God. We hope our episode inspired you today, and see you again here on Career Mode.
The overseas country where the national hero of the Philippines, Jose Rizal, used to study at? The same country where current world-class servers love to go? These clues are challenging. My sisters from the district of Central Europe, a little help please.
Hi, schön dich zu sehen. I'm Sister Alicia Bartolome, Albany from Heidelberg, Germany. Did you see this too? Willst du herausfinden, um was es hier geht? Ich auch. Kommt mit, finden wir es heraus. Look, the Chapel of Heidelberg. Isn't it beautiful? A must-see when you're here and my favorite place to be. This is it, the oldest educational institution in Germany, the Heidelberg University. Not only is it the oldest university in Germany, but one of the oldest in the whole world. Until now, many students around the world come here to study. Speaking of international students, did you know that Jose Rizal studied here in Heidelberg before too? Well, not exactly in the same university, but in the same city as well. He even wrote a poem about Heidelberg. Well, this was fun. Let's check out what the next clue is, and you're just the right person to ask for help.
Hi, I'm Sister Alexandra Martinez, a dual member from Munich, Germany. Want to know where this is? Sounds like somewhere in Hawaii. Well, let's see what we can figure out. Come on, let's find out. Willkommen beim Eisbach. Nicht auf einer Insel, sondern mitten in der Stadt von München. Schon seit über 40 Jahren ist der Eisbach bekannt als künstlich erschaffene Welle im südlichen Teil vom Englischen Garten. Es ist als weltbeste, immer fortlaufende und größte Flusswelle mitten in der Stadt bekannt. Die Welle selbst ist von Menschenhand erschaffen worden und ist ungefähr 1,5 Meter hoch. Diese Attraktion bringt jährlich viele Touristen, Fotografen und Zuschauer, selbst weltberühmte Surfer wie Mick Fanning und Kelly Slater her. Hier habt ihr es. Wartet, ein Hinweis ist glaube ich noch übrig.
Wow, how exciting! Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. I'm Sister Regelian. Do you want to come and join me figure this out? Well, here we are. This is the Alte Oper, or in English, Old Opera. It is a concert hall here in Frankfurt am Main, Germany, which was built in the year 1880. It is located here in city center, also in German, Innenstadt, in the middle of the banking district, also called Bankenviertel. That is why, as you can see, it is surrounded by many skyscrapers. The square I'm currently at is also known as der Opernplatz or Opera Square. Und seid ihr neugierig auf mehr? Dann kommt uns besuchen. Wir können es kaum erwarten. Das ist unsere Geschichte.
Das ist unser Zuhause.
Weil ich heute hier bin.
Dankeschön! And the answer is Germany! How cool to learn all these fun facts through our brethren around the world! So, don't miss our program. Many more countries will be featured. This is your host, Sister Margaret. See ya!
Did you know that according to a poll led by Delta Dental, only about 68% of adults reported flossing at least once weekly, and 20% of adults reported never flossing at all? Well, if you fall into these categories, we have a registered dental hygienist here to help you kick those bad habits.
Hi there! I'm Sister Lizette Magigard, a Kadiwa member in the locale of Houston, District of Texas. I am also a registered dental hygienist here in the state of Texas, and today I'll be going over some of your frequently asked questions about teeth. What is the difference between plaque and tartar? Plaque is a bacteria-filled slimy layer that rests on your tooth, which is represented by this green on the tooth here. The plaque forms as a result of your saliva mixing in with your food and drinks that you consume. When the plaque is not fully removed completely during each brushing session, the plaque starts to mineralize within 24 to 48 hours. So let's say you brush off this plaque and you brush off this plaque, but for some reason you're always missing the middle of your tooth here. This plaque will start the mineralization process in 24 to 48 hours. If you're always missing this area of your tooth, the plaque here will harden in about 10 to 20 days. The speed at which tartar forms depends on the person's saliva content. The more calcium and phosphate in your saliva, the faster tartar will form. The mineralized tartar that was not brushed off cannot be removed anymore by your tools at home, which are your toothbrush and your floss. This tartar can only be removed by your dental professional, which is your dental hygienist or your dentist. Should I brush my teeth after I eat? No, you should not. This is because when you consume anything acidic or with sugars, there is a bacteria in your saliva that will produce lactic acid as a result of consuming acids and sugars. So here I have a diagram of a tooth, and in black I have outlined your enamel, which is the hard outer layer of your tooth. Whenever you consume sugars or acids, bacteria will produce lactic acid as a byproduct, and this lactic acid is what softens your enamel. And if you brush your teeth right after eating, you are brushing away some of your enamel while it is soft. It takes about 30 minutes for enamel to harden again. So it is advisable to brush your teeth at least 30 minutes after eating so that you are brushing on your hardened enamel and not your soft enamel. Now I'm going to demonstrate flossing with a water flosser. So what you're going to do with any model that you get is you're going to want to use it on the softest or most gentle setting. And on this model it says soft, so my light is on soft. Just like when you're brushing your teeth, you're going to want to aim the water into your pockets. When you're doing this at home, you want to use the water pick on top of the sink in your bathroom because this will get messy. So I'm going to turn it on and direct the water flowing into the pockets of each tooth. When you're using a water flosser at home, you want to tilt your head a little down or to the side so that water will flow out as you're using the water flosser. Why do we floss anyways? Do we really need to floss? Isn't daily brushing enough? This is why we have to floss our teeth. Brushing alone only cleans 60% of the mouth. Flossing cleans the rest of the 40% of the mouth. Let's break it down. Here we have a bird's eye view of a diagram of a tooth. Each tooth has 5 surfaces. These are the surfaces in between the teeth. These are the inner and outer surfaces, and this is the chewing surface. When you brush your teeth, you're only cleaning 3 out of the 5 surfaces. The outer surface and the inner surface. With only 3 of the 5 surfaces cleaned, 40% of each tooth is left untouched. This is why we need to floss. And as we mentioned earlier, plaque starts to mineralize within 24 to 48 hours. If we are able to successfully remove plaque within that time frame, there will be less tartar to form and more smiles to be born.
Thank you for those tips, Sister Lizette. We all need to do our best to take care of our teeth in order to ensure a lasting smile. Smiling reduces stress and is also contagious. So let us all practice smiling. With healthy teeth, we could share with the world that we, as members of the Church of Christ, will always have something to smile about. I am Sister Ozga Viola, and stay tuned for more health tips only here on Your Wellness Today.
Viewers around the world. Isn't it great that with today's technology, we can stay connected with one another on a global scale, even from the comfort of our own homes? Because our brethren live in so many different places, we're often separated by distance. But through the activities of the Christian family organizations, we stay connected and united, even when it comes to having fun. In today's episode of Your Story Today, our brethren in the District of Florida share their experience during their online competitive games activity. Let's take a look.
Hi guys, I'm Sister Kat and I am from the locale Tampa district of Florida, and today our district is holding the online CFO competitive games. The games that will be included today are darts, checkers, chess, cup stocking I believe, and Rubik's Cube. I am super excited because I will be gathering with my fellow Binhi because I am the Binhi president for my locale, the district Binhi secretary for Florida, and an adult choir member. So I'll be glad to see all of my friends and all of my atas and kuyas for this event, so I'm super excited. Alright, so I've just gathered my family and we're getting ready for the games. I've been preparing a little bit by just watching how people play checkers, wondering how the Rubik's Cube works, but I'm super excited and I'm ready to compete. I know we're all busy with work and school, and even because we're all in the pandemic, but this activity is really a great way to show that we can be united in the church still and have an awesome time with our fellow brethren. I'm happy to say that this activity was a great success. I feel like everyone had an awesome time together and the quality time was well spent. It was nice seeing all of my friends and family coming together for this activity, and I hope that we have more in the future.
Thank you to our brethren in the District of Florida, and thank you, dear viewers, for tuning in. I'll catch you next week or next month with even more exciting activities featured this coming October. And don't forget that starting October 1st, CFO Today has a new time slot, 5:30 p.m. PHT. So I'll catch you then right back here on Your Story Today.
Aw, what a cute photo. Oh, hi there, everybody. I didn't quite notice you there. I was just looking at some photos, and it made me think, do you still remember your first ever performance of an INC original music? Was it your favorite? I'm sure it was, because, our performance for today is a first ever cover of A Little Sister of Ours. Now, let's all reminisce and be nostalgic at the same time. So sit back, relax, because it is time for your quick entertainment break. Break-tertainment and CFO Today International. Hello, everybody. We hope you're all doing well. Now, we will take a moment and discover today. Get it? We will discover today another beautiful INC original music entitled Always Trust and Pray. This will be sung to us by a little sister of ours. She's quite nervous because it is her first time performing. But without further ado, this is Sister INC all the way from the Ecclesiastical District of Brazil. So without further ado, take it away, Sister INC.
Don't lose faith, have hope, always trust and pray. Tell me your hopes and dreams. Be brave and tell me of your hopes and dreams. I hope for true friends who love you for who
Sister Ainsi. Let's welcome her in. Hi, Sister Ainsi. Please introduce yourself.
Hello po everyone. I am Sister Ainsi Fim Atrera. I am 8 years old po. I am a member of Children's Worship Service but from the local congregation of Rio de Janeiro, District of Brazil po.
All right, Sister Ainsi. Your name sounds like INC. That's very cute. But why did you choose this specific song for us to witness today?
I chose this song but because I like the melody po and I can relate to it po.
Yes, that's true. I can relate to it. It is a very nice song. But Sister INC, we would like to ask you to participate in our break the record game. So I'll make you. You just have to say break for the longest that you can. Okay? 2, 1. All right, Sister Icy, thank you so much for being with us here today. And that's it for today's segment. We hope that you enjoyed the song and may it remind all of us to always trust and pray to our Almighty God, especially now in these times. And we also want to remind you that whether it be your first or your 1,643rd time of performing, there's a lot of performances. We want to feature you here in Breaktertainment. We want to get to know you, your story, and of course, your God-given talent. So continue to participate in all the activities inside the Christian family organizations. We have a lot. So go and participate and maybe one day we'll feature you here. And of course, continue to support CFO today, especially with our new time slot at 5:30 p.m. Philippine time starting on October. It'll be 5:30 p.m. Philippine time starting on October, everybody. Okay, now this has been your host, Sister Nina Nobelio, and we hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Once again, this has been your quick entertainment break, Breaktertainment, hey! CFO Today International. Stay safe, everybody, and remember to break it down. Bye-bye, see ya!
Before we end this episode, thank you for being with us, and we hope we've given you worthwhile stories that show that no matter what we go through, inspiration and hope is just a prayer away. Remember, the worst is never the worst. Let's put all our trust in God and don't rush things, especially in achieving the ending that you want. Just like what we learned last week, God always has a perfect timing. Before we end this episode, we want to greet the districts of Taiwan, Nagoya, and Alaska. I'm Sister Patty Quintos, always encouraging you to be inspired by Christian living here on CFO Today International.